Okay, guys, I am working on those technical steps here, and I think we are live. Okay, yes, we are. All right, well, welcome back for those who are here. I think we are live. I'm still working on this. Okay, hey, Birdie and Johnny, how are you guys? Sorry for the delay. My technical support is cutting the grass, so it's just me. Okay, so for those who didn't catch the video yesterday, we talked about the reason why foods or food-like substances, food items are so difficult to break away from. We talked about the 3 key ingredients in the foods that are packaged and sold to us. Sugar, fat, and salt. Those 3 things make it very difficult for us to break away from food and actually make us addicted to the food. And so as promised today, I want to give you a starting point. This is my suggestion. A starting point for breaking away from the addiction. Okay, so and a lot of you've done diets, you've done programs and fasts, and you go to the gym, you run, and all those things that you tried, it lasts for a while, or sometimes it just doesn't even work, and it gets to the point where you say, I just can't do it. But there are ways to break the cycle from addiction. It's just that I would suggest that there are some preliminary steps, some things that we need to do before we even tackle the issue of dropping out or canceling certain foods, okay? So it takes some work, but you can do it. There are 2 main ways to break away from the food addiction, just like any other addiction, just like smoking, for example. You can quit cold turkey and having some withdrawal issues, or you can take a more progressive approach and step by step remove some elements from your diet. Either way, whatever you decide to do, you really have to first take some steps to help you clear out some of the challenges that you have around you. You have to do some preparation, and it's not what you think it is. It's not the obvious about, some people just empty out their whole pantry. Like, I don't want to have any sugar in my house anymore. No more packaged foods, only vegetables. That's not what we're going to do. Okay. So this step is actually or 2 steps, I should say, being honest with yourself. Okay, 2 key elements: being honest with yourself, and then also come to the new commitment, the change that you're going to make. Come to that commitment with the right outlook. Okay, it's important to evaluate your emotional attachment to the food. We talked about the ingredients in the food, but also the fact that the marketing around the food items is also selling you joy and happiness, comfort, and all those things. And it's actually tying you also to what you are eating and what you are constantly going back to. So you have to evaluate your emotional attachment to that food. Why? What are the triggers? Why do you keep going back to that food? Because the addiction just like any other addiction. The addiction is only a symptom of what's going on. So you have to dig a little deeper and figure out what is the real discomfort, what is causing you to go back to that fix, what is causing this symptom. Let's see, how Joanne, how Flor, how Frederick. So let's break this down a little bit. There is some emotional healing that has to take place, okay? So the technique that I like, and I modified it a little bit, I will share with you now, okay? So what you would have to do is just be, have some quiet time, choose a time in the day. For some people, morning, evening, lunchtime, lunch break, whatever works for you. You do want to try to be consistent, but at the end of the day, the point is really to get this done and really dive into it fully. So if you can have a specific time of the day routinely, that's good. If you can't, the idea is to really get it in, but clear out or take as much time as you need within the day to do this, okay? And do your best. Doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be followed to the T. You do your best, okay? So what you will need is a notebook, a pen or pencil, and a mirror, okay? We're not emptying our pantries yet. So notebook, pen, and mirror. And so first thing you'll do is allow yourself to take a step back, all right? So you get your notebook, your journal, and very, very important, it's not going to be a judgment type of things. It's not going to be a shaming type of exercise. This is going to be your love journal, your love notebook, your I love myself journal, okay? It's a safe place for you to express yourself, and you're not chastising yourself, you're not judging, you're sticking to the facts within a understanding or an atmosphere of love, okay? Now, you may feel a bit anxious or just hesitant doing this exercise, and it is okay to have a friend or your significant other just being next to you for support, or just have somebody that you can talk to, have over the phone, maybe if you're in these days, if you're single in quarantine or confined, with this exercise, okay? So what we're going to do is first write down the addiction, okay? So I don't want you to just say, oh, I'm addicted to sugar. I mean, we learned that all the foods pretty much, even if it's chips, it has sugar in it. So you can't just say I'm addicted to salt or I'm just addicted to sugar. I want you to be specific. For example, you can say I'm addicted to candy, or I'm addicted to pastries, or to chips specifically, or if there is like a brand that you can't get enough of, there might be a reason for that. And so try to be specific in your description. Okay, so that will be the first thing that you write in your journal: quiet, peaceful time, your love journal, and you write your addiction. Now, some of you may have several things that you can't get away from, and I would suggest that you just pick one to start with, okay? You will notice that as you go through the process, and once you get to the actually eating better and everything, it actually will take care of some of the other addictions that you may have. But first, you start with one thing. Then you will describe how it makes you feel to be addicted to candy, for example. So being addicted to candy makes me feel da 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 da. Makes me feel inadequate, makes me feel fat, makes me feel like a failure, makes me feel like everything I try to do does not work, make me feel sick. I have aches and pains, and you go ahead and describe that. Okay, now again, it's okay to just take your time. If it's overwhelming, just go ahead, walk away, come back, try to finish the exercise, but at your own pace. Okay, you didn't get to that point in one day, so you're not going to just all of a sudden pick up a piece of paper or a notebook and then miraculously sort all the issues. Okay, this is going to be actually a repetitive exercise. We'll talk about as we continue. Okay, who is on there? Hey, Gabby, Danielle, who else? Hey, Benji. Okay, so come on over to the discussion. Step one, we said, is just simply writing what you're addicted to. Pick one thing. Don't go, don't list all of the things. Just pick something that you think that you'll be able to work on. Okay, and then how does that addiction make you feel? So first you write, I'm addicted to something. Secondly, being addicted to that thing makes me feel a certain way. And remember, this is not a guilt trip. This is a love journal. There's no shame in what you're experiencing. This is what you're experiencing. There's no shame in it. We're just working through it. Okay. Now, once you've done that, then you'll dig a little deeper, and you will say, you try to find out why was it that you got addicted to this food. So I think I started using candy as a crutch when whatever happened. Okay, so you have to go back to when it first started. Maybe it was in your childhood, middle school, high school, after a breakup, or in college, or maybe the stress of a new job. So this part, you have to go a little deeper. As you go through the exercise, you go deeper and deeper, and you only go as deep as you can handle as you go through this exercise, because you might realize that you're addicted to something because of trauma. Okay, let me give you an example. Let's say you're addicted to ice cream. You always want to have ice cream. There is a reason why you gravitate to the ice cream. So it may be something simple as every time growing up, when you go to the doctor to get your shot, after the shot, your mom will take you get ice cream. Okay, and that was to help you soothe from the pain. And so now every time you have to soothe from a pain, you go get you some ice cream. Or it could have been that you did so great, you were so brave, and your mom said, great job, let's go get some ice cream. And now it's a reward. And so every time that you do something good, you reward yourself with ice cream. Great project, you finish a project at work, awesome, you got an A on your test, whatever it is, and you say, awesome, let me go get me some ice cream. Okay, that's kind of a pretty easy thing to detect and work on. Now, it could be something else going on with this ice cream. It could be that maybe your parents were divorced, and every time your father didn't come to pick you up on the weekend, mom would say, let's go get some ice cream. Makes you feel better. So now every time you're sad, every time you're disappointed, every time you have trouble dealing with any feeling, it can be anger or anything, you just gravitate to the ice cream. Any of those things. It can be even, more complex than that. So as you go through the process, again, you don't have to do this alone. You can have a friend with you, a supportive spouse. It may be that you need more help, professional help, to sort through out the issues. And that's okay. These days we talk a lot about mental health and things that are going on. It's okay to have a few sessions and talk about, I discovered while writing into my love journal about with my exercise on food addiction, I discovered that I gravitate to ice cream because of certain things that happened in my life. Okay, and then peel back the layers. I just want to stress that if you feel like you're not able to handle it yourself, it's okay to talk to somebody about it. Again, this is your love journal. This is about you loving yourself. This is not about shaming yourself. This is not about blaming others either. It's actually a zone for forgiveness and for healing, emotional healing. Okay. So you'll sort through those feelings, and this will help you. Trust me, this will help you to set more of a foundation, a stronger foundation, to help you cope with the addiction and help you actually break away from the addiction. If you just take pills and drink a whole bunch of gallons of water, and then you think, okay, now I'm not addicted to ice cream anymore. The first birthday party coming around, you're going back to the ice cream. We need to do the foundational work. All right. Now, I want you to also understand there's nothing wrong with peeling back those layers. You'll feel different emotions, and that's okay. All right. Just remember, you are learning to love yourself, love others, and bring in those feelings that you may not even have been aware of, bringing those back from the dark to the light, and then it will help to dissipate all those things. Okay, the more we keep them inside, the more difficult it is for us to sort them out and to do something about them. Okay. And you only go as deep as you can as you go along, because this is not a one-day process. So you go through step one, identifying your addiction. You go to step two, saying how it makes you feel. And then step three, you try to understand where it could have started from. Okay, this is like, why am I addicted to those things? Okay, and then once you get out of this, I won't say dark space, but in a way, when you're going through those layers, every exercise, every day, you'll do the same thing. You go to this question: if I were no longer addicted to ice cream, I would be able to do what? I would lose weight. That's an obvious one. I would be able to fit in this dress, or I would be able to go out and run around. I would get better sleep because I would not be waking up in the middle of the night to have ice cream. My diabetes, my blood sugar would go down. All of those different things come into play. This part is really where you visualize yourself. You really dive into the possibilities. You imagine yourself, you immerse yourself fully into the new body, the new energy, the health, the joy, the freedom that you could experience if you were no longer addicted to it. There is a certain amount of mind work that needs to take place. And so visualizing the other side of the battle is very important. Visualizing the light, as they say, light at the end of the tunnel, is very important. What could be the result if you actually went through the process? Okay, the addiction is a symptom, as we said, and what would it mean to be free from the symptom, but also from the weight that was causing the symptom? Okay, what is it that is holding you back? Like I said, some things you may not even have realized, but they're there, and they're really the cause of your behavior. Okay. When you go through this step, it's a healing step. So it's important to really, again, taking your time and visualizing, if you say, I'm going to be able to hike or run a marathon, like imagine yourself crossing the finish line of that during the marathon. Imagine the joy and feel how excited you would be if you actually were able to do that. Or it might be I would be able to fit in this dress that I really, really like. There's a wedding coming up. That's more of a short-term goal, but it's also valid. Okay, there's something that you would really want to do. There's something that's holding you back from it, and it's holding you back because of past circumstances or past events. And so go ahead and really take the time to visualize, to see yourself and experience, which is very important. You want to experience that that result, experience the situation, the joy, the happiness, the relief that you would feel. Okay, you would write down those goals, and it might be far-fetched, if you're 400 pounds and you say, I would be able to hike, 10 miles, that's okay, all right? Because that is a goal that you are working towards. And if you actually visualize yourself in this activity of hiking, okay, it helps you, it motivates you, it fuels you as you go through the process. So that's the question. If I were no longer addicted to candy, what I would do this, or I would be able to do that, or I would feel a certain way. Okay. Then once you've done that, you just make the choice to every day live the best version of yourself. You know what you're addicted to, you know what it makes you feel like, and you know why you've gone that route, and you know what could be. Now, today, every single day, you live the best version of yourself. Okay? It's not about restricting yourself, it's actually about opening up and seeing the possibilities around you and approaching the day with a positive outlook. Okay? And you do that one day, the next day, the next day, and then the next. Okay? Who else is on here? Hi, Luan. Hi, Christopher. Chris, how are you? This process you will do, I would say, for 21 days. Why 21 days? Not so much, we say 21 days to form a habit. We actually don't form a habit in 21 days, but we do build a new thought. Okay, so in 21 days, 21-day cycles, we bring new thoughts, reinforce the thought, and really, I would say, realize the thought, and becomes a habit. I believe is after 3 cycles of 21 days. But if you go through 21 days of doing this exercise every day, get your quiet time, your notebook, and your pen or pencil, and go through the steps. I'll make sure I write down the steps for you later so you can see them outlined. Every day going a little deeper. The first day you might be overwhelmed, or you might actually feel like, well, let me just write what's off the top of my head. As you go through the process, the next day you go a little deeper, and the next a little deeper, and you keep going. If you need help, or you need somebody to talk to, or actual more professional counseling, go ahead and seek that help. Okay. If you start healing your thoughts, if you start healing your emotion, you start healing your mind, and the rest will follow. Okay, and we'll talk more about the effect on the mind, on the body as we go along. But it's very important to understand that first step. If you can work on your emotion, on your feelings, if you can work on your mind, then the rest of your body, whatever is going on with you, will work itself out as you go. Okay, so I didn't say much about the mirror. Throughout the process, there are some people that would actually want to look at themselves, especially in the last part when it says, well, really second point also, how does it make you feel? You can look at yourself and say, this is how I feel when I eat a tub of ice cream, and look at yourself. It's okay, but not in a judgmental way, in a loving way. Always keep that love atmosphere around you. Okay, this is a healing exercise, not a blaming exercise. And you can also use the mirror, again, looking at if I didn't eat a tub of ice cream every night, I would feel a certain way, or I would be a certain way. And really imagine yourself as you're looking in the mirror, imagine you being able to take these steps, okay? The mirror, if you don't do that, that's okay. But the mirror becomes important once you are concluding the exercise. You want to be able to affirm yourself. So affirmations are not wishful thinking. It's not I make a lot of money, or I this, or things that you want to. They are not things that you want to attract to you per se. We hear a lot of that. If you affirm this or claim that, it will come to you. There is a certain truth to attraction, which is valid, but also it's not magic. Okay, so affirmations are not wishful thinking, but they are positive facts, things that you know to be true about yourself. Okay, and those things you want to reinforce. And so you can make up your own affirmation, or you can use the one I'm going to give you. The idea is to use things that you know about yourself. Maybe it's kind of deep down in there, you're almost afraid to really believe that they are true, but you know really that they are true, and you want to reinforce those things. You want to bring those things out in the open, in the light, so that you can really internalize them. So here is my example. Again, you will have your mirror. You can hug on yourself. You can do whatever you want to do. Open your arms, be expressive, but really strongly say, affirm yourself. Okay, so here's my example. You don't have to use that. I will post it also. You can make up your own. All right. Awesome. Thank you, Philip. Here is my example. So this is one that I wrote. And again, you can use it, or you can take from it and make your own. So it simply says, I am wonderfully made. I am wonderfully made. I love myself. I love every inch of myself, no matter how many inches. I love every inch of myself, inside and out. I love myself, and I am thankful for me. I am thankful for my life. Today I receive fully, and today I give fully. Today I live fully, because I am wonderfully made. If you can repeat that, I am wonderfully made. I am wonderfully made. I love myself. I love every inch of myself, inside and out. I love myself. I am thankful for me. I am thankful for my life. And today I receive fully, and I give fully, and I live fully, because I am wonderfully made. So, oh, and I forgot my one page. Something that is very important that I always say, that I try to say. I see nothing but love in front of me. So let me say that again, because it was on the next page on my notes, and I want to make sure I give you the whole affirmation together. I am wonderfully made. I am wonderfully made and I love myself. I love every inch of myself, inside and out. I love myself. I am thankful for me and I am thankful for my life. Today I receive fully and I give fully. Today I live fully because I am wonderfully made and I see nothing but love in front of me. And who is in front of you? In the mirror is you. You see nothing but love in front of you. Looking back at you in this mirror, you see nothing but love in front of you. Okay? This is an exercise that can like peel out a lot of layers and get you to a point where there is some vulnerability, but vulnerability is good because vulnerability is healing and is empowering. If you can heal your emotions, your feelings, you are healing your mind, and then everything else can fall into place. All right, so that's what I have for you today. I will post the steps, the phrases for the journal. I will post the affirmation. Remember, it's something that you do for 21 days to build that new thought, to really believe that you are wonderfully made, to really believe that you are thankful for your life, no matter how easy or how hard it was, you are thankful for your life. And you are loved. There is nothing but love in front of you. Okay, once you do those things, your outlook, your mindset will change, will evolve, and it will be easier for you to tackle other things. So this is my suggestion. This is something that I have seen work. It works for food addiction and other addictions also. You can apply it as you see fit, okay? So I do have one other section of this food addiction presentation that I will connect with you during the week to talk about. So I will just look out for the announcement. I know it will not be tomorrow because I am going back to clinic work tomorrow and it will be a long day. But it will happen this week. So look for my announcement. Also, if you would like to be, if you've had a journey that you would like to share and you want to be on a live with me, if you have questions, please put your questions in the comments, and that will help me to know what are people looking answers for, and it will help me get the topics that you are interested in. Okay, so until sometimes this week, for the next part, go ahead and start working on your exercises, your homework, and 21 days from now, you will have a better outlook and you will be able to tackle your addiction, and you will be able to affect change in your life a lot easier. All right, so you guys take care and look out for my announcement and also for the post on the different steps and the affirmation. Love you guys.